Good afternoon. My name is Gloria Williams. I am interviewing Mr. Lateek Shabazz. He is running for the 11th District Congressional seat for Congress, replacing Marcia Fudge. Good afternoon, Mr. Shabazz. How are you today?
I'm fine, and you?
Good, good. And I want to say Happy Father's Day to you.
Thank you, thank you. It's
You're
one
very,
of my
very
favorite
welcome.
holidays.
Right. You probably wanted to be on the golf course today or something of that nature, or relaxing, watching TV or watching a game today, right?
I don't know. I think I should be right here.
Well, I want to commend you for your efforts today.
Thank you, thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I have some questions for you. My first question is, why do you want to be elected for Congress?
Well, I want to be elected to Congress because I want to be a voice of the poor people, the people that don't have a voice. In this campaign, is so much money has been poured into this campaign. So people with money has bought up the politicians that's in this campaign. So they are not going to support or be about poor people. They're not. Poor people are going to have to get in the back of the line because they're going to have to answer to people who put money into this campaign. And that's why I want to go to Congress, to fight for people who can't fight for themselves.
My next question is, what is your stand on the minimum wage for $15 an hour?
Well, $15 is just enough for a single person who can get a single apartment and make a living. You can't make a living making $8 an hour, $7 an hour. That's not going to work. You need to make a respectable living. $15 an hour is a respectable living. By the time they pass the $15 an hour, it should probably be $19 or $20 an hour. But let's get that passed immediately, because people cannot live a life and not be worried about, my light's going to get cut out, can I eat? I'm going to get evicted. $15 an hour allow you to live a respectable life.
What about the job creations and economic justice for all? What is your response on that?
Job creation is like we should, the infrastructure. The infrastructure needs to be fixed. We got bridges that's falling down. We got a transit system is outdated. So we need to fix the infrastructure to stop our kids from being lead poisoned. Because these pipes just run from these homes that black people live in, they're over 100 years old. These neighborhoods and the pipings has never been changed. And our kids are being lead poisoned, tremendously. So we need to work on the infrastructure to stop those things. Plus, you in a position like Cleveland. Cleveland is probably the worst, one of the poorest districts in the country, okay? We need infrastructures where somebody can go where the economy is booming at. You don't have to stay in a place that nobody's working. So that massive transit for that train to go from Chicago to Cleveland in 30 minutes, we need to work on that fast, because people who's in a situation, in a place like Ohio, they need to go where jobs are at. You need to have transportation to get you there, and so a lot of people live in cities that it's too expensive to live in. Cleveland is it's not expensive to live here at all. So, our economy will boom from the infrastructure alone. And then the people who live in their community, they should be hired to fix those things in their own community, so everybody have a chance to make money.
You had mentioned lead poisoning. How will you stop that for the poison of our children?
Well, that infrastructure would stop it, because we would have to change the piping that's under the ground and change the pipings that go into the homes where our children live. These homes are over almost 100 years old. Some of them are 100 years old. So the piping has never been changed. They get lead poison every day, as we have mentioned. That's why the kids are so violent. When they get 20-something years old, they become violent because of lead poisoning. You got a lot of our black kids in special ed is because they lead poisoned. So we must solve that immediately. We have no, immediately. That's why I got into this campaign, because big money is going to keep you from talking about that, keep these politicians from talking about that. And our poor people are suffering, We need to look back, some of us who's successful, who've done well, we got to go back and get the people who's stuck, and we got to help them. And that's my position on that.
What about medical care for the care of children under the age of 18? What is your response on that?
Well, that's why I was saying that the Medicaid for All, which Nina Turner and them are advocating, that's not going to pass, because you got people who can afford insurance, like $250,000 and $500,000. Those people can afford their own health care. So they don't want to, they feel as though anything free is no good. So they'd rather pay because they can pay. Okay. But some of them know that sometimes a recession will come and wipe all that out. I'm one of somebody who faced that. So you can have millions of dollars and come out with nothing, but you still want your kids to have free health care, So you feel as though if I'm doing good now, but if I'm not doing good, I still want my kid to be able to go to a doctor, and if he have any kind of problem or any kind of issue, and get taken care of. I don't care if you're a Republican or a Democrat, you're going to pass that bill. But you're not going to pass Medicaid for all or free medical for all. That's not going to happen. So, but when you get the children for medical care, that's 60% of the population. Mm-hmm. So we got 60% of the population covered versus nobody, 0% covered. Let's get with the children. We got 60% of them covered, and then we'll work on the 40% later. But let's get what we know going to work. Let's get the kids under 18 hospitalized.
Should descendants of slaves be paid for reparations in America?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Should have been paid a long time ago. Sure, we need reparations like yesterday. And my opponents are paid millions of dollars, not to mention reparations. That's one of the reasons I jumped into this campaign, because I see that Bernie Sanders, as Nina Turner's support, she's a Bernie Sanders supporter, and he's not for reparations for black people. He said it bluntly. So I wouldn't be for Nina Turner, and if you're a black candidate, if you're a black voter, I wouldn't vote for her. I wouldn't vote for anybody not talking about reparations.
Okay, Mr. Shabazz, thank you so much for your great responses. I'm glad to have the opportunity to have interviewed you today. And based on your answers, you got my vote.
That's what I do.
I am Gloria Williams, and thank you for watching.